You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show.
Broadcasting live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Time, exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
This is sports talk for the people.
Follow Stewart Media and Entertainment right now on Facebook to stay connected and locked in for upcoming events like the Couples and Cocktail Series, viewing parties, and much, much more. Up next, get ready to ride raw with the Doug Stewart Show.
This is sports talk with hot sauce, Texas Pete hot sauce, the Doug Stewart Show.
Exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
Yes! The wait is finally over. Baseball season is here at last, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments, just instant cash, instant gratification. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can win huge cash every day? At DraftKings, it's like a brand new season every time you play. Just select 2 pitchers and 8 position players, stay under the salary cap, and you could be on your way to an enormous payday. Last year, Peter from Colorado won $1 million at DraftKings in one day, just playing fantasy baseball. Hundreds of thousands of fantasy sports fans just like you have already cashed in at DraftKings. Now it's your turn. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code SPREAKER to play for free. You could win part of $300 million in prizes being awarded this season. Use promo code SPREAKER for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com. This your boy Doug Stewart for my folks at System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners here in the Metro Atlanta area, all the way down to Macon, Georgia, the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for that busy lifestyle you lead for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's some of the reasons why you should choose System 5.
Hi, I'm Maceo Brown, President and CEO of System 5 Electronics. We take pride in making sure that security is the #1 thing that we do. And thanks to you, the customer that has supported us, we have grown this company in Southwest Atlanta, where we're creating jobs and opportunities.
Not only is their monitoring station here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this, you own the security alarm system once it's installed. And you get direct access to the owner if you ever got a problem, Mr. Maceo Brown. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736. Or online at System5ElectronicsInc.com. That's System5ElectronicsInc.com.
You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised.
Do you want that real sports talk? Unfiltered, unsanitized? Well, you have found it. This is a revolution in radio. The realest, trillest sports talk show in America. The Doug Stewart Show. This is sports talk for the people. Yeah! What's happening? Hey, what's up? Thank you for joining your boy on the Doug Stewart Show. This is a Throwback Thursday, but we got to bring it back one more time. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised.
Do you want that real sports talk? Unfiltered, unsanitized? Well, you have found it. This is a revolution in radio. So nice we did it twice. The realest sports talk show in America. The Doug Stewart Show. This is sports talk for the people. Yeah! Welcome to the Doug Stewart Show. This is a Throwback Thursday. And thank you for joining your boy, man. I really, really do appreciate it. We got a lot to get into today, as we do every single day. And, yes, Jameis Winston, Gre Hardy, a lot of stuff going on, man. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. And that's the way that you be totally interactive, or that you can be totally interactive, is by those methods, as well as the chat room. Shouts out to everybody already in the chat room. Shouts out to Mela Boca, Rel Scott, That Ninja, Jungle Brother, Big Smooth. Shouts out to y'all that make the Doug Stewart Show what it is, totally interactive. Ooh, we got a good top 5 question for you today. Real fun, real cute, real cute. Once again, this is the Doug Stewart Show, April 23rd, 2015. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're a new listener to the show, thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. We've been doing a lot of new marketing lately, and so the word is getting out there. We're actually in our 7th month, I think, in doing this show. And, man, it's been going tremendous. It's been going fantastic. So thank you very much. If you're new, pass the word. Trust me, Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on this show, we talk more cash-ish. We talk more sports, more guy talk than any other show in America. Ha-ha! Yes, sir. That's word to my mother. Remember back in the 80s, we used to say word to your mother? Yeah, so a lot going on today. We're going to get into some NBA talk, obviously, with the playoffs last night, a couple of big wins. The Atlanta Hawks have a new owner. Gre Hardy has been sentenced, I guess is the best way you can put it, defensive end for the Dallas Cowboys now. Jameis Winston, the latest on them damn crab legs. And I told you what was the deal with those crab legs, man. I told you. Barry Bonds, and a story that no one's really talking about. The Puppet Factory not even talking about it, really. I wonder why. But Barry Bonds, some good news for Barry Bonds. As far as his reputation and his name, I guess you could say. Oklahoma City has a new coach as well. The Dallas Mavericks and Rajon Rondo definitely going to part ways. So a lot of little stories like that out there in the world of sports. The number to the show, once again, is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. We do birthdays every single day. Couple of interesting birthdays today, in particular one, Lee Majors. You know who Lee Majors is? You probably don't if you're under the age of, 35, maybe 30. But Lee Majors played the $6 million man about 600 years ago on TV. Man. I can only start to try to explain to you how big of a deal a $6 million man was to a 7-8-year-old kid in the 70s. I can only try to tell you how big of a deal, how big of a phenomenon this guy, the $6 million man, was. I mean, he was a huge deal. All right, so it kind of got me thinking, and today is Lee Majors' 76th birthday. So today it kind of got me thinking about cool TV characters. So today, what we're going to do on the Doug Stewart Show is I'm going to give you the top 5 coolest TV characters of all times. Yes, sir. Ooh, I like my list too. I love my list. I absolutely love my list. I think my list is perfect. I think I have the perfect top 5 coolest TV characters of all times on my list, or at least in the last 40-something years. So, yeah, we'll talk about that all throughout today's show. I'll get your thoughts on it by you hitting me up at 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. But once again, the easy way to be totally interactive is to hit me up in the chat room on Spreaker.com. What you do is go to Spreaker.com, which you're probably doing right now. Follow the show. All right, hit the little follow button, and then jump in the chat room. There's a little, talk, speak bubble, like they always have in the comic books, and you hit that button, and bam, you're introduced to a whole new world of live sports chatters. Yes. And so I read those posts all day long. Within the 2 hours of the show, and we have a good time. We like family. Me and the Stewies, that's what I call everybody in the chat room and people that listen to the show. So, yeah, post your thoughts there about the top 5 coolest TV characters of all times. And I guess what I'm talking about, really, to be honest with you, is guy characters. And I'm looking at my list right now, and there's only one guy that was in a sitcom, a quote-unquote sitcom. But everybody else is like in a drama or like an action-type TV show. But one guy in particular, I had to put him on the list. And you can probably guess what my list is if we're talking about cool TV characters of all times. And I always do this thing where if you guess my list exactly and no one's been able to do it yet, I always seem like I throw a wrinkle in there and I mess people up. But if you can guess my list exactly, okay, within the next 6 or 7 minutes before we go to the next break, I'll give you a prize from the Doug Stewart Show from TDSS, all right? 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. Quickly, man, last night in the NBA, the Atlanta Hawks beat the Brooklyn Nets 96-91, and they go up 2-0 in their series. The Grizzlies take a 2-0 lead in their series against the Portland Trail Blazers as they win 97-82. And the last game of the night, and I told you, if we could rewind the tape from a couple of days ago, I think this was Tuesday we were talking about this, I told you, put your house, put the farm, put the kitchen sink on the San Antonio Spurs, and you didn't listen. I told you to do it. There was no way the San Antonio Spurs were going to go down 0-2 in their series to the LA Clippers, seeing as 94% of the time whenever a team goes up 2-0 in NBA playoff history, they go on to win the series. So that couldn't be the case. That couldn't be the case with the San Antonio Spurs. Plus, San Antonio is 8-0 in those situations where they're down 1-0. So I told you, pull out some money out of your savings account, your checking account, your IRA, anything that you had, and put it on the San Antonio Spurs, but you didn't listen, did you? I told you, Jack. So, yeah, the Spurs going to win last night 111-107. That's a huge win, obviously, because of the things I just talked about just now. And so they are back tied in this series, 1 game apiece. And that's bad news for the Clippers, who I got to admit, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, I really got to admit, the Clippers are playing some good-ass basketball. I mean, it's like a dunk show whenever they play, man. Last night, they had to have had like 30 dunks. Every time I look, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, pulling down the damn rim. So they're exciting as hell. They seemingly have all the pieces to make a run at an NBA championship. There's something missing, and I can't put my finger on it. There's something missing. They got a great coach. They got a ton of great players. I even like their bench, but it's just something missing from this Clippers team that makes me think that they aren't going to win an NBA championship. But my gosh, they're fun to watch. And that's hard for a Laker fan to say, but they are just fun to watch. And the Clippers, but they do go down last night to the Spurs. So what are your thoughts about these playoffs? Did you take my advice and make some money? Did you? You should have. You should have took my advice. And I don't even give a lot of wagering advice, and I didn't bet on the game because I'm a recovering gambler-holic. Or whatever you call it. So I didn't make a wager, but I gave you a little bit of inside information. It really wasn't inside information, but I'm gonna call it that for today's purposes. All right, I told you, man. I told you. Ooh, and they handled their business last night. It was close, but they did handle their business last night. All right, the number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. When we get back from the break, man, Gre Hardy, that's right, former defensive end for the Carolina Panthers, in the news. And once again, the NFL is doing what they do, grandstanding. Yeah. I'm actually not going to be as hard on them, the NFL, as you might think. As a guy that really hates the hierarchy of the NFL, and in particular Roger Goodell, really not a fan of that dude. But they just continue to do what the hell they want. They continue to make the rules up as they go. And so we're going to talk about that when we get back from the break. 404-382-0338 is the number. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Throwback Thursday. Don't go anywhere. Keep your ass right there. The Doug Stewart Show. You've been thinking about starting that online store, right? And you do know e-commerce makes billions a year. That's right. I said billions with a B, okay? A B. Well, just do it and do it right with my friends at AmeriCommerce. AmeriCommerce is an easy-to-use tool to sell anything online, on Facebook, and through mobile phones. Over 100,000 merchants and website owners have chosen AmeriCommerce to handle their stores and customers. They have the most in-depth features in the industry, which include multiple storefronts, website management from one console, a Facebook shopping application, a mobilized, optimized website, and much more. Don't let eBay, Amazon, and Zappos get all the money. Get your piece of the pie, too. Click on their banner link on thedougstewartshow.com or the app link for more details. First of all, thank you for listening to The Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you could be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on The Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there, all right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! The wait is finally over. Baseball season is here at last, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments, just instant cash, instant gratification. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can win huge cash every day? At DraftKings, it's like a brand new season every time you play. Just select 2 pitchers and 8 position players, stay under the salary cap, and you could be on your way to an enormous payday. Last year, Peter from Colorado won $1 million at DraftKings in one day, just playing fantasy baseball. Hundreds of thousands of fantasy sports fans just like you have already cashed in at DraftKings. Now it's your turn. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code SPREAKER to play for free. You could win part of $300 million in prizes being awarded this season. Use promo code SPREAKER for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com.
6 minutes, 6 minutes,
6 minutes, Dougie Fresh here on. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. This is a Throwback Thursday. And, man, a lot of great stuff to get into. Shouts out to everybody that's already chatting it up. I really do appreciate that in the chat room. Yep. All right, so April 23rd, 2015, today in honor of the great Lee Majors, a.k.a. the $6 Million Man. We can transform him. He's 76 years old today, and so what we're going to do today is talk about the top 5 coolest. And these are guys. There's no women on coolest in this category. And I'm sorry, Tree. I see you looking at me right now with that evil eye. But it is what it is. All of these are guys. I can tell you that much. So the top 5 coolest TV characters of all times in honor of the great Lee Majors. Coming in at number 5 on my list is the great Captain Kirk. I mean, the guy was the pilot of his own damn spaceship. He was the pilot of his own damn spaceship. Or at least the conductor, or whatever you want to call him. Obviously, he always bagged the baddest babes. He even bagged alien babes. I mean, you can't get any more cooler than that. I mean, he bagged babes with 3, 4, 5 eyes. So Captain Kirk was just real, real cool. So he comes in on my list at number 5 of the top 5 coolest TV characters of all times. I might as well give the other birthday, too. Today's other birthday is only two of note. Joyce DeWitt, 66 years old. You know who she was. She played the roommate Janet Wood on the TV series Three's Company. So happy birthday to Joyce DeWitt. I seen her, and she is looking real old. I mean, she's 66, but some people just age better than others. And Janet looked like she, smoked a couple packs of cigarettes every day of her life. I mean, she's looking real old. So happy birthday.
Why do we do this whenever it's a woman's birthday? Yeah. And she's older, more seasoned.
Okay, all right. So this is Tree, the producer to the Doug Stewart Show that just jumped on. So you think there's some type of bias in me? You think that I'm some type of sexist?
You are.
I'm not. It just happens that way sometimes, amazingly.
More consistently than not.
No disrespect to Janet. Okay, how about this? $6 Million Man's looking old too, Tree. Are you happy? Are you happy, Tree? I swear to you, I didn't mean to discredit the woman race. I didn't. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me once again at Doug@thedougstewartshow.com. So the NFL has announced a 10-game suspension for the Dallas Cowboys defensive end Gre Hardy for violating the personal conduct policy. Did you hear the last part of that? And that's really what this whole thing is about. Now, before I give you my take on this, and I guess somewhat of a little mini rant about this whole Gre Hardy thing, I'm not a fan of the commissioner, Roger Goodell. I'm not. I just think he's fake as hell. I think he takes all opportunities to grandstand, and I think that he's just drenched in power, okay? And he does a lot of good things, but a lot of times he does a lot of dumbass things that I just think are unnecessary. I'm not going to sit here and argue and make it sound like I'm arguing for Gre Hardy. I don't want to, definitively do that. The reason is because based on the information that the NFL got, from what I understand, and the information about the case, Gre Hardy did something bad. He did something wrong. He assaulted this chick some kind of way. To the depths of the assault, I have no clue. Nobody has no clue except for the courts. And supposedly the NFL was able to see the evidence from this case. They were actually able to go to said courthouse or to wherever this case was tried, and they were able to see pictures and the written testimony and everything, okay? So clearly, Gre Hardy did something wrong. He assaulted this chick in some form or fashion. You know the story. She didn't show up for the trial. No one can actually find her. So we're assuming that he paid her off. So in no way am I trying to defend Gre Hardy. What I will say is right is right and wrong is wrong. And you can't make the rules up to the game as you go. And that's exactly what the NFL is doing again. The same thing they tried to do with Adrian Peterson. The same thing they tried to do with Ray Rice, which both of their suspensions were appealed, and they won. And this is the exact same thing. You know what this is? This is a simple case of grandstanding, okay? And the NFL has had a black mark on its eye over the last year with all these domestic abuse cases, in particular the Ray Rice thing. They really botched in most people's minds. They messed that up, especially with the video evidence that came out. The NFL looked like some fools. And they looked like they weren't sensitive to domestic violence. I get that. I understand that totally. So what they're doing now going forward, even though they have the determination of what happens in these type of cases on file, the new collective bargaining agreement, which actually came out, the amendments and the way that they would go forward in addressing domestic violence cases in the future was amended and actually came out back in August of last year, where you get 6 games. Now, if there were any extenuating circumstances, a lot of small print as far as the case, they could add more games. But in effect, it's 6 games is the max you can get for one of these domestic violence cases. So what does the NFL do? They don't even deem it, they don't even tag it domestic violence, okay? They just put it under the umbrella of conduct detrimental to the league. Trying to skirt around the agreed upon deal and suspension for domestic violence. So this is obvious exactly what they're doing. And you know what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Just like I told your ass to bet on the San Antonio Spurs yesterday, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. What's going to happen is just like what happened in Ray Rice and Adrian Peterson's case, your man Gre Hardy is going to appeal this, and it's probably going to be brought down to 6, maybe even less games than that. Why maybe less games than that? Because the guy is already served, okay, about 10-game suspension at the end of this suspension. If he were to actually sit out 10 games, it'd be 25 games that this guy has missed because of this case. All right? So once again, let me say this. Once again, I am not defending this guy, but what I am defending is due process and fairness, okay? I already got a problem, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I've already got a problem with the NFL going behind our court system and the legal system and rendering a judgment as if they have more insight and a better judgment than judges and attorneys. I have a huge problem with that, okay? But that's fine. That's fine. You collectively bargained for the right to do this, and I blame the players for allowing them that much power. But that's fine. You have this power. But damn it, don't try to change it even in the middle to make yourself look good. So they knew that this thing, or they know that this thing is probably going to get repealed, and he's going to end up paying 6 games. What this is a dog and pony show. I think that's the way that saying goes. Yeah, that's what this is. This is to show the public that we're tough on domestic violence and that we're tough on our players, and we want them to conduct themselves in a more civilized manner, which we all do, okay? Which we all do. But, I mean, you really make yourself look silly, and you really make yourself look petty to do this when clearly that's not the way you agreed upon doing things. What are your thoughts on that? 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. The Dallas Cowboys, if you're talking about what their thoughts are on this, they got to be really, really pissed off because clearly when they did this deal, they were expecting 6 games, once again at the max, maybe 4 games, okay? Because the guy is pretty much served, like 14. Once again, I'm sorry I don't have the number. I think he missed 15 games last year. That's what it is. He missed 15 games last year. So with another 10 games, that's 25 games. Now, he got paid for last year, but you got to think that the Dallas Cowboys thought that this guy would be able to come in, miss a couple of games, and be ready to go and help them get some sacks. All right? And really, that's a small conversation about this story. But you got to believe that Jerry Jones right now is pissed off sitting in Dallas thinking about the fact that they aren't going to have this guy, one of the best sack guys in the NFL over the last couple of years, for 10 whole games. It's going to get appealed, and he's probably going to win. Chances are. Now, they're fighting it, and they want to continue to have this big-ass presence or whatever, and once again, show that they're tough on domestic violence and tough on guys in their league that do wrong things. And I'm 100% with that. But this is the problem you had before. And the huge thing that stuck out with the Ray Rice case is you made up things as you went. And that makes you look unqualified. That makes you look inept as far as your job and what you're doing. And frankly, it makes you look bad. It does. It makes you look real bad. So what are your thoughts on that, man? Hit me up on the Spreaker chat on Spreaker.com. If you're a Cowboy fan, what are your thoughts? Are you somebody out there that agrees with the NFL in this 10-game suspension? Maybe you are. Maybe you can validate it in another manner in which I haven't been able to over the last 24 hours of why they would do this outside of the reasons that I've given, that they're grandstanding. Maybe you can. I don't know. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Yes, sir. What are your thoughts, man? When we get back from the break, Jameis Winston, once again, this is the reason why you should listen to the Doug Stewart Show. I already told y'all, man, it was a hookup gone bad. I told y'all. Yes, this is when you get real insight, and you won't hear the filth and the puppetry that they have going on the Puppet Factory. You won't hear that here. You're going to get real opinions, so we'll talk a little bit more about it. Jameis Winston says, man, they gave me them damn crab legs. And once again, you knew that was the case. I already told you. I've been getting the hookup a long, long time. It started with me getting free French fries in high school, and it still continues today whenever I can get it. Just like everybody in America, Jack, we love the hookup. And we'll talk about it when we get back. And I'm going to read some of your chat, and I'll give you number 4 on my list of top 5 coolest TV characters of all times. Don't go away. This is The Doug Stewart Show. First of all, thank you for listening to The Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on The Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there, all right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
The best of The Doug Stewart Show.
Now, 2 things, and you're listening to The Doug Stewart Show. First of all, you're going to have us to believe, Shayana Jenkins, you're going to have us to believe that you, a black woman, didn't look inside of this damn box. That's a lie. And then the second big part of this whole thing is you. Come on, Tree. Come on, Tree. What black woman you know in America is going to be told to do something nefarious sounding like that and not take a peek inside the damn box?
You better stop.
You stop. And the second thing Shayana's going to have us to believe is that you took this box that you didn't look in, and you being a black woman, you took this box and don't know where you dumped it at? You discarded this secret box and don't know where? Come on, man. And another thing about black women, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and I'm an expert on black women. All of the black women I know, and I've had this conversation about, about this Aaron Hernandez trial, and what do you think that his girlfriend's going to do when she testifies, this, that, and the other. Everybody that I talk to, and I kind of get the feeling from talking to black women that they ain't trying to do no time for nobody. Yes.
Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern. The Doug Stewart Show. Sports talk. Straight. No chaser.
This your boy Doug Stewart for my folks at System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners here in the metro Atlanta area all the way down to Macon, Georgia, the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for that busy lifestyle you lead for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's some of the reasons why you should choose System 5.
Hi, I'm Maceo Brown, President and CEO of System 5 Electronics. We take pride in making sure that security is the number one thing that we do. And thanks to you, the customer that has supported us, we have grown this company in Southwest Atlanta, where we're creating jobs and opportunities.
Not only is their monitoring station here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this. You own the security alarm system once it's installed. And you get direct access to the owner if you ever got a problem, Mr. Maceo Brown. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736, or online at System5electronicsinc.com. That's System5electronicsinc.com. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. I need y'all to pass the word about the Doug Stewart Show. TDSS, we call it. Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. We've been on once again for like 7 months and just doing fantastic things. Totally independent, man, and growing this audience by leaps and bounds day by day. So do me a favor and tell at least one person about the Doug Stewart Show, man. They will thank you. They will thank you for it. This segment is brought to you by System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners in the Atlanta area the most affordable home security monitoring systems featuring smart solutions for your busy lifestyle for as little as $16.50 per month. That's right. They've been around for over 25 years. Once they install your system, it's yours for life. They're not going to come rip it off the wall. But you won't have that problem, trust me, because they've got great customer service. And, oh, yeah, me and the owner are cool. Me and the owner, Mr. Maceo Brown. Yes, sir. Me and the owner, Maceo Brown, are cool as hell, so if you've ever got a problem, ask to speak to him directly, and he will take care of you. How many companies can you do that to where you can talk to the boss? And they've got a major operation going over there in ATL. So check them out online at System5electronicsinc.com. Once again, that's System5electronicsinc.com. Oh, yeah, they got a special going on this month. If you let them know that the Doug Stewart Show sent you, get a free driveway probe with the purchase of a smart solution system. And what that is when somebody drives into your yard, you get alerted on your phone, your laptop, or whatever, smart device. And you can actually even see them with some other stuff, contraptions that they have, cameras they can install to your house or whatever, so you can actually see who's pulling up in your yard. So fantastic products, all the latest and greatest products. Check them out online at System5electronicsinc.com. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. Jameis Winston, once again, we've said how this guy is kind of smart. A lot of the stuff that he's done off the field hasn't been smart, but book-wise, Jameis Winston is pretty smart from what we can understand. Jameis Winston is a step ahead of even the NCAA. Now, I told you when this whole crab leg thing happened, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, I told you that it was basically a hookup gone wrong. There's no way this ninja would walk into a grocery store and just take some crab legs and walk out. No, there was already a deal made between him and, I don't know, a friend or a Florida State Seminole fan or somebody for him to come in there and get said crab legs. And in effect, he's probably not the first person. As a matter of fact, I'll bet my life he's not the first football player that played for that team that walk into that said Publix and walk out with something free. All right, so that's the hookup. But the hookup went wrong. Somebody not part of the deal saw Jameis Winston, knew Jameis Winston's face, and basically called authorities, and the rest is history. All right, now, whether that's that bad of a thing or not is questionable. I'm not going to even debate that. He shouldn't have done it, I guess, with the fact that he's under the microscope and the fact that he's such a big name around that area in Tallahassee. I guess technically he shouldn't have done it, okay? But I understand. I was a college kid at one point. I didn't have a lot of money to go out and get good things to eat like crab legs. I wasn't, okay? And most of us weren't. So, yeah, did he have some short-sightedness as far as his future and the fact that he's going to be a millionaire in a couple years? Yeah, probably. He shouldn't have done it, okay? But, hey, that's neither here nor there. We've all been young and we've done dumb things. Where Jameis Winston is smarter than everybody else, and I didn't even peg him for being this smart, and maybe somebody, kind of talked to him and advised him that this is what he should say. But in effect, he said that he walked out by mistake and that it's his fault, and he took responsibility for it. You know why? If he would have said that somebody in that Publix grocery store, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, had given him these crab legs, you know what that is? That's an illegal benefit. So he would have probably been suspended immediately by the NCAA. That's exactly what that is. That's an improper benefit. So the way to kind of, circumvent getting kicked off the team and losing all of your college eligibility was to say that he made a mistake, that he walked out, he forgot to pay, which good and well, you knew damn well he didn't forget anything. He knew what the hell was going on. which really is crazy we're talking about this story because I told y'all this, and everybody else in America and on the Puppet Factory was trying to, make this whole nefarious, scandal type thing out of the situation. But yeah, he basically was playing chess and everybody else was playing checkers. So he had all his bases covered. I can't say that because if I say that, then I'll lose my eligibility. Then I'll be kicked off the team. But if I say this, it'll probably be bad. I'll be embarrassed. I won't snitch on somebody in the store. They'll probably suspend me for a game. But I will continue to play football, and that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. So cheers to you, Ninja. Yeah, you did that. You did that. It all worked out based on the story that you gave. What are your thoughts on that? 404-382-0338. When that story hit, everybody was talking about he's so stupid, this, that, and the other, and why would he do that and why? You know why he did it, man, because it was like getting free fries. It was like getting free fries at the drive-thru from your cousin that works in the drive-thru back in high school. Just like Pops and Friday. And give me as much fries as you can. Give me as much extra fries. Put as much extra fries as you can in the bag as you can. Yeah, exactly. You knew exactly what it was. 404-382-0338. That's the number to the show. Coming in at number 4 on my list. And we're talking about top 5 coolest TV characters of all times. And I'm going to read some of your chat here in a second. Number 5 on my list was Captain Kirk. Number 4 on my list, and I know a lot of y'all probably forgot about this dude, but this dude was pretty cool, man. I got to be honest with you. And he's probably an underrated cool guy on TV. But coming in at number 4 on my list of top 5 coolest TV characters of all time is the great Magnum P.I. Yes, sir! I mean, come on, man. It's that late 70s, probably early 80s. And first of all, you're a private investigator. That's pretty cool. You get to spy on people. You got a Ferrari in 1980-something. Nobody had a Ferrari back then. You have access to a helicopter. And your cool-ass black friends, T.I. or T.C. is driving. I mean, that's pretty cool. And then you banging all of the chicks. And you had a cool-ass, big, thick mustache back in 1982. So, yes, sir. Magnum P.I. comes in at number 4 on my list of cool TV characters. What's his name? Tom Selleck? Tree, jump on for a second here. Jump on the microphone there for a second.
Hey, good morning.
Isn't he your people? Isn't he from the D?
My people.
Yeah.
Yes, he is from Detroit.
He's from Detroit.
He got out.
You remember on the TV show, he used to always wear a Detroit hat, the D hat.
Yeah.
And but I didn't until I looked at this morning, I didn't realize that he was actually from Detroit. So he always paid homage to the great Detroit, and he got out, huh? Why do you always say that?
It just, no disrespect, Matt, but it just, for me, for my personality, it just felt really like I was in a box.
You whenever I mention something about Detroit, you always say he got out or they got out or whatever. It's almost like they're in a penitentiary, like Detroit's a big-ass penitentiary, and somebody cut a hole through the fence and got out.
I consider myself the Harriet Tubman. Like, come on, y'all. At first, when I moved down here, you'd be like, y'all should come to Atlanta. You should come live in Atlanta.
Right.
But, yeah, I was just.
You know what's funny? When you say that, it's funny. I always tell people, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, I always tell people that the great thing about college, and I love my hometown. Obviously, I always talk about my hometown, Oakley, South Carolina, Moncks Corner, South Carolina. Love the fact that I'm a country boy. But the big thing for me that I realized after the fact about college was the fact that I got to go and meet people from different places and different cultures and backgrounds, people that talk slightly different, people that dress different, that did different things, had different ideologies. And I think that's probably one of the biggest things that I got from college. I got so many, people that I know, not just from my hometown, but that I've met in my life, that the furthest they've been probably is Myrtle Beach. And so they think the whole world is their street or their town. And I just think that that's a real cool thing about going to college, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. Yeah, like people in Detroit don't even realize that there's a quality of life about 1,000 times greater. No disrespect to Detroit. That there's a quality of life about 1,000 times better in Atlanta or in Miami or somewhere other than Detroit with doom and gloom and always, overcast outside and obviously you know about the economic downturn that the city has suffered through over the last many years. Bless their heart, not saying that they aren't happy, and we always are, a lot of times we're happy in our current situations. We wouldn't want it any other way. But, man, it's just incredible, especially from a country boy like myself, to know that there's actually a world out there. You feel me? There's actually a world out there, like, there's other places and they do things differently and they have different, once again, culture and they do things different. And it's okay. It's okay to leave your block. It's okay to go to another state or travel to another state. Very interesting stuff. Coming in at number 4 on my list is the great Magnum PI, 404-382-0338. That is the number to the show. You are listening to the Doug Stewart Show. When we get back from the break, I promise, I didn't even get a chance to get into this chat, but I'm going to read your chat. Okay, I'm going to read your chat. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to read chat. The whole next segment. So what are your thoughts about my top 5? What's your top 5? The NBA playoffs, Gre Hardy, this story, Jameis Winston on the hookup gone bad. I mean, what are your thoughts? Hit me up in the chat room on Spreaker.com, or you can give me a call at 404-382-0338. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. System 5 Electronics is proud to offer my listeners in the Atlanta area the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for your busy lifestyle for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's just a few reasons to choose System 5. Not only is their monitoring station located here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this. You own your security alarm system once it's installed. Not only have they been around for almost 25 years, but their customer service is excellent. And you get direct access to the owner, Mr. Maceo Brown, to resolve any issues with your alarm system. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736. And make sure and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Yes. This is your boy Doug Stewart, one half of the Two Live Stews. Check out my brand new daily show and podcast that airs live Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Spreaker.com. That's the Doug Stewart Show daily at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, live on Spreaker.com. Or check out the podcast anytime, 24/7. If you not stewing, what in the world are you doing? This is your folk, Doug Stewart. Want to protect you and your family from life's unexpected mishaps? Then join 7. Join 7 is a prepaid legal company under the umbrella of the Protection Group. Join 7 is the only group benefit or motor club in the U.S. that offers auto reimbursement coverage, key replacement coverage, roadside assistance, gives you a current Medi-File, prescription savings, and fully encompassed prepaid legal benefits that include identity theft. They got your back. The average combined cost to purchase these benefits individually is over $850 a year. Join today and take advantage of all 7 for $17 a month. They've been around for over 20 years, so check them out by clicking on the banner link on my page, thedougstewartshow.com, or the app. Just go ahead and join 7. If you're not stewing, what the hell are you doing? This is the Doug Stewart Show. Throwback Thursday. A term we coined, the stews. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. But the easy way to be totally interactive is on the Spreaker chat. That's right. Make sure you do that. Speaking of which, I already sent out your lucky tweet for today, and you can follow me on Twitter at The Doug Stewart Show or at Doug2LiveStews. It's your daily fortune. your lucky numbers. So, check that out and retweet it and get some of this Stu Magic. I always talk about Stu Magic. Also, make sure you join the Doug Stewart Show Facebook group page. It's the after party. It's the party after the party when the show's done at 12 p.m. Then jump in the chat room on Facebook and continue the conversation with everybody that's in the chat room right now and all of the Stewies, all right? Oh, one last thing. Today, and you might have seen it if you follow me on Facebook or on Twitter, I did a little Vine, the first Vine that I've ever done in my life. Yeah. And so I had to kind of figure it out last night. And so I posted a little Vine, and it's actually posted to my Facebook page and my Twitter page and my Tumblr. I'm totally interactive. Once again, just like we came up with the term Throwback Thursday, we were actually the first people on radio in significance to use social media. It's a lie. It's a lie if somebody tell you that they were. Okay, no. We were, the Two Live Stews, we were the first people on Twitter, on radio, of significance, once again, to use those social network platforms. So, yeah, I'm all in it. I'm in Vine now. I'm down with Vine. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I got an Instagram account too. So I'm all over the place. But check out my little Vine. I'm going to try to post 1 or 2 a day and help to promote the phenomenon we know as the Doug Stewart Show. 404-382-0338. Number 5. Coolest TV characters is Captain Kirk, Star Trek from Rel Scott. Cleota72 says Kirk was the first player, laugh out loud, and he had the first interracial kiss on TV. I did not know that. Yeah, I had Captain Kirk as number 5 on my list of coolest TV characters of all time. From James Cooper. Arthur Fonzarelli. I think Arthur Fonzarelli might make my list someplace. Al the Bandit. Kojak was a cool MF. Who loves you, baby? That's right. So Kojak makes my honorable mention. I can tell you that right now. He's not going to make my list. And so for young people that don't remember Kojak, I barely remember Kojak. That had to be mid-70s. I'm talking 75, 76. But Kojak was this private investigator, bald-headed dude. He was real cool. He always licked on a lollipop. And he always had this thing. Oh, he was bald-headed too. Probably the first white man on TV with a bald head that starred on a TV show. And he always had this little thing that he said, his little catchphrase of "Who loves you, baby?" From Vince Wright. Can someone tell me why Chris Paul wasn't allowed to sign with the Lakers? Yeah, can somebody tell me that too? Yeah, somebody needs to tell me that too. Forever changed the fortunes of two organizations, man. And I don't know how long of a run the Clippers are going to go on, man. They might go on a tremendously long run. But I'll never, ever forgive David Stern for what he did with this Chris Paul deal for the Lakers. Never. And I actually like David Stern, man. I actually liked David Stern at one point. I didn't like a lot of things that he did, but let's just put it like this. I liked him a whole lot more than I like Roger Goodell. And we actually interviewed him one year at the All-Star game. I think we were in Vegas, and we interviewed him. We interviewed him a couple of times on the show, but we interviewed him live, and he was very chatty off air, and, we were talking, we were laughing, and then this fool nixes the Chris Paul deal to the Lakers, and basically started a chain reaction of just bad things. Just bad things. And good things for the Clippers, ultimately. Niner for life. The Clippers, that really hurts. I'm sorry. I got to step back for a second there. I sound like I'm on The Walking Dead. That Chris Paul thing really hurts, man. It really, really hurts. It was a chain reaction. It was a domino effect of bad things. Because we didn't get Chris Paul, we had to get a point guard, so we gave the damn money to Steve Nash. Punk-ass Steve Nash! All right, get it together, man. Get it together. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From Fred Mack. Blake Griffin figured the NBA out. Be a hog. Yeah, man. Blake Griffin is balling out of control. Now, he was always a good player, but I think he's actually taken that next step. He has elevated his game. His jump shot is a little bit better. He seems like he has better low post moves, and he will dunk on your ass. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. He will do that. Just fun to watch, man. Just really fun to watch, man. Ball award on a Thursday to Blake Griffin. I think he has like 29 and 12 last night. I'm looking at it right now. Fantastic game for him from Duke 1911. Spurs did not win that game. The Clippers have grown men in the NBA that can't hit free throws. I mean, but that's part of it. And that may be the reason why I don't like the Clippers to win a championship. In particular, a guy that they have to have on the floor, DeAndre Jordan, he can't hit free throws to save his life. He can't, and that's a major problem. Now, his shooting efficiency is probably the tops in the league, probably 70, 75% from the field, but he can't hit free throws, man. So at crucial points of the game, at the end game, they can't have him in there. And I think maybe that's the problem. If he could shoot a little bit higher free throw percentage, maybe I would feel better about their chances of vying for an NBA championship. But I just can't do it, man. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. More of your chat here on Spreaker.com. From ATL Falcon 1981. Shouts out to you, ATL Falcon 1981. The NFL players are to blame for most of this madness. They had the power but chose not to use it at the CBA meetings. The money was more important to them than the power, and now it's biting them in the ass. Everybody can't be Nino Brown. Money and the power. Yeah. And I've talked about it many, many times. Out of all the player unions, with all the different leagues, the NFL is the weakest. And they basically give in to the demands of the league much more so than anybody else. In the NBA and in Major League Baseball, they wouldn't have all of this crap. They'd have all this stuff legislated. They would. But yes, the NFL players, man, to a degree, are sold. They're sold to the devil for cash. Now, cash is good. Cash is good. But when times like this and when things like this happen, then you're just looking around. Like my old JV coach, Coach Watson, used to say, you're just looking around now. You're just looking around. I don't know really what that means. I guess you're just standing up and instead of saying something and having a say in the situation, all you're doing is just standing up looking around. And that's the NFL players, man. Miss Mocabella, how many games you want to spend Gre Hardy for, Doug? I mean, it's agreed upon 6. But see, what the NFL is doing, and that's the max, is 6. What the NFL is doing by not tying this into domestic abuse purposefully is just putting it under the broad umbrella of conduct detrimental to the league. They're not slick. I mean, even Stevie Wonder can see what's going on here. And I don't think it's going to fly if old boy appeals it. From Fred Mack, what about the owner of the Colts, riding dirty? What did he get? 2-game suspension, but last year he was on the exempt list, so he got paid, so not really suspended per se. Exactly. From Detroit, Matt. He missed games last year, but got paid, so he won. Yeah, he got paid, man, but, I mean, as a player, as an athlete, you want to play. You do. I mean, yeah, obviously it's great to get your money, but you want to play. Who doesn't want to play? I've never seen a person in my life, a real competitor, a real athlete that doesn't want to get played and play. I mean, it just doesn't work. From Keen 941, the owner of the Colts got off and got nothing. Niner for life. Shouldn't the owners be held at a higher standard? They should be. That's exactly right. The owners should be held to a higher standard, even more so than what you hold the players, but that seemingly is not the case. Niner for life. Doug, you think the Spurs lost game 1 for the people to watch and Mayweather will lose for more money on rematch? Mayweather not trying to lose. Mayweather not going to purposely lose. You can just get that out of your mind. His whole thing is he wants to be undefeated. And I don't think the Spurs lost on purpose either. I just don't think that that's really the makeup of a competitor once again. I just don't think that's the case. From Ronald Cameron, his top 5 coolest TV characters. Number 5, Coolidge from The White Shadow. Ooh, that's a good one. I forgot about the great Coolidge from The White Shadow. Captain Kirk, number 4. Rollo from Sanford and Son. See, I tried to steer away from sitcoms. I did, kind of, sort of, because I was thinking about the character that Lee Majors played in The $6 Million Man. We could probably do another day of coolest characters from sitcoms, and I could come up with a totally different list. But I kind of tried to stay away from sitcoms, even though I just had to put this guy on my list, and he was in a sitcom, just one person. I had to. And then he has Sweet Daddy from Good Times. That's a good one. And number one, he has the Fonz. So we'll see. Keep listening, and the Fonz might make my list as well. All right, when we get back from the break, man, Barry Bonds is in the news. But you notice nobody is talking about it? Well, the Doug Stewart Show is going to talk about it. Hold your ass. Don't go anywhere. This is the Doug Stewart Show. The wait is finally over. Baseball season is here at last, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments, just instant cash, instant gratification. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can win huge cash every day? At DraftKings, it's like a brand new season every time you play. What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers in compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
So, I'm probably 6. So, Jesse Bryant rolls by, and I remember it like it was yesterday. He rolls by in his truck, and for some reason, something in my mind says, pick up a rock and throw it at Jesse. And I hit his truck. And not only did I hit his truck, it was a damn good throw and aim because it hit his windshield and it cracked his windshield. So he stops and jumps out of the truck. I don't think anybody saw me, but he jumps out and Isaac, so your grandson hit my truck with a rock. They had a little conversation. I'm like, oh man, this is bad. And sure enough, my grandfather walks up and sees this nick on the windshield. And Jesse rolls away, and I know I'm in trouble. My daddy not around, my mother not around, and my grandfather reaches down, and this is God is my witness. Strike me down right here. My grandfather reaches down and pulls off a branch from a rose bush. Yes, just drags his arm and pulls off the leaves. Thorns are still applied to said switch. You get your ass whooped with a switch is bad enough, but a thorny switch? Oh my gosh. So he commences to busting my ass with a thorny switch. Yes. And you know I was marked up from head to toe. Now, that's probably child abuse. Not saying that what Adrian Peterson didn't do was child abuse either, but that was child abuse. That's a deadly weapon. And this is no lie. You're listening to The Doug Stewart Show. The wait is finally over. Baseball season is here at last, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments, just instant cash, instant gratification. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can win huge cash every day? At DraftKings, it's like a brand new season every time you play. Just select 2 pitchers and 8 position players, stay under the salary cap, and you could be on your way to an enormous payday. Last year, Peter from Colorado won $1 million at DraftKings in one day, just playing fantasy baseball. Hundreds of thousands of fantasy sports fans just like you have already cashed in at DraftKings. Now it's your turn. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code SPREAKER to play for free. You could win part of $300 million in prizes being awarded this season. Use promo code SPREAKER for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com. The world's heavyweight champion of Sports Talk Radio. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Hour number 2. Yes, sir. And, man, if you're a company out there and you like to partner with the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. I mean, just look at what we're doing. Look at our track record, man. Over 5,000 followers. That's just people that just follow the show. So many more than that. Over 100 and I think 30,000 listens to the Doug Stewart Show. We doing the damn thing. F what you heard. Yes. I mean, F what you heard. We are doing the damn thing, and it continues to grow every single day, and we are trying to take over the world. So if you're a company out there and you'd like to partner with us and let us get the word out about whatever it may be, your product, your brand, or whatever, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and let's do some business. Hey, don't forget, you saw the headlines this morning. The deal has actually been consummated between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather Jr. They're going to start selling tickets tomorrow for this fight on May the 2nd. Where are you watching the fight at? Come watch the fight with me. And we're getting close to the point where this thing is going to be sold out at the Tavern Restaurant off of Campbellton Road in Swats, 5819 Campbellton Road. Obviously, Saturday, May 2nd, Pacquiao versus Mayweather. You can get $10 pitchers of beer, $5 seafood baskets, $20 at the door. Cash only, man. Cash only. Same time. And you can get a table. Man, you can watch this thing on the luxury of a chair and a table for $25 or $75. So grab a pen. I'm going to give you the number where you can call and get your tickets and reserve your table in advance. All right, you got your pencil? All right, the number to the Tavern Restaurant off of Campbellton Road is 678-904-7041. All right, 678-904-7041. Me, the Tree of Life, the entire Doug Stewart Show is going to be there hosting, and I cannot wait. Yes! Can't wait. All right, we're talking about the top 5 coolest TV characters of all times in honor of Lee Majors, who turned 76 years old today. And for the younger people out there, once again, I can't even explain to you how big of a show that was. If you were a kid in 1976, 77, and you had that $6 million lunchbox, you were the ish. I mean, you were hot doo-doo. Yes, you were the doo-doo because you were the ish. If you had that $6 million lunchbox back during that time. So that show was just big. If you don't know the story and the storyline of that show, Lee Majors was an astronaut, okay? And he went off into space, and somehow when they were descending back onto Earth, his space capsule blew up, and it damn near killed him. It broke up his body in a ton of places, and he lost an eye, and he just lost a lot of stuff. I mean, it's a miracle that they saved him. And you know how they saved him? They saved him with bionics. Yes! I think he got a new damn leg. Maybe he got a new arm. Because I think he did have, the $6 million man with the Kung Fu grip. Well, maybe that was G.I. Joe. But you know what I mean? And then they also had to give him a new eye, which he could see like very, very far. And so it was a cool thing for a kid back during that time. So I'm paying homage to him and talking about the top 5. I'm talking about the top 5 coolest TV characters of all time. And yes, coming in at number 3 on my list is the great $6 million man. And now let me tell you another part about the $6 million man thing. The $6 million man spun off to several different TV shows. They had the $6 million woman. They had the $6 million grandma. They had the $6 million dog. They had the $6 million gerbil. I mean, they had the $6 million everything. I kind of embellished a little bit on the last things, but there was a $6 million woman. And I can't remember how or why. Maybe Tree can look this up for me, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. As in, Lee Majors and the $6 million man got into this space accident. I can't remember what was the accident that came upon the chick that played the $6 million woman. Maybe it was a car crash or something like that or whatever. But they had to rebuild her ass too. Bigger, stronger, and much faster. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. And I think she did have a dog with some bionics embedded in his ass. I think he did. I think she did have a dog, a bionic dog. All right, so Tree's going to verify how, and I think her name was Lindsay Wagner. I think that's her name.
She was.
Was her name? Was her name Lindsay Wagner?
Yes.
Yes. Hey, see, that's why I'm good at trivia crack.
Too bad you don't play no more.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it was Lindsay Wagner. How did she get her bionics? Why did she get her bionics?
Skydiving accident.
Skydiving accident.
I told you skydiving is the ish.
Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Now, I need you to do a little bit more research, too. Does she have a dog with bionics? And I was playing about the grandma and the auntie and all of them with bionics. But I really think there was a dog that had some bionics or something. I can't remember the storyline. All right. 404-382-0338. Let me read more of your chat here. So this is hour number 2 of the show. We've been talking about the NBA playoffs. Shots out. And I guess congratulations are in order, man. The Atlanta Hawks have a new owner. That's right. Or they've agreed to buy the team. Billionaire Anthony Ressler, along with Grant Hill, is part of the deal to buy the Atlanta Hawks. And so that's a great thing. You know about all the controversy with the Levison guy and with Danny Ferry that the Hawks have been going through, the turmoil with, this racist remarks that they made in emails. And so they had to put the team up. And it looks like we've got some new owners. I like the fact that Grant Hill's involved somewhat with the team. I don't know exactly how much input he's going to have if this deal does go through. But I'm happy the Hawks are going to have new owners, and the guy is a billionaire. The team is going to sell, and the agreed-upon price is about $850 million. Wow. Buy you a damn NBA franchise. The Clippers sold for, $2 billion? The Hawks are selling for $850 million? I don't get that at all. In relative terms, the Hawks have had much better years, and I like my city just as much as I like L.A., even more. But the Hawks go for $850 million. That's nothing to sneeze at. So new ownership for the Atlanta Hawks. 404-382-0338. So anything that we've talked about today, you can talk about it on the Doug Stewart Show by giving me a call at 404-382-0338 or emailing me or hitting me up on the Spreaker chat from Vince Wright. What up, Vince? Did you see Tiger Woods can't use his own name for a restaurant because Nike owns it? Nike owns your name? Damn! No, I haven't seen this story. Yeah, I would feel some type of way about not being able to use my own damn name. I got to do more research on that story. Niner for Life. Did anybody see where Jones-Drew said Mariota may be like Gabbert? They both ran the spread in college, and he may end up in the wrong system in the NFL. Oh, I've said that many, many times before. Good for you that you listen to the Doug Stewart Show. Yeah, I've said this many, many times. I think that right now it's probably a 60-40 chance that if he doesn't end up in a system like he ran at Oregon or what they run in Philadelphia, I think it's a 60-40 chance right now, maybe even 70-30, that Marcus Mariota is ultimately going to end up being a bust. Now, that figure dramatically increases if he gets with like one or two teams in the NFL that are going to cater to his skill set and what he's familiar with. If he goes to the Philadelphia Eagles, somehow they pull off a trade, I think that he'll probably be it'll be very likely that he'll be a good quarterback in the league, probably 80%. That goes up from 60 or 70 percent bad to 80, 85% good as far as what he does at the next level. So I totally understand what Maurice Jones-Drew is saying. And you know exactly what happened to Blaine Gabbert. He fizzled out real fast. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From Fred Mack, Jameis didn't rat his hookup out until now, too. Well, he hadn't given any names, and I guess it's past the statute of limitations where he has to answer for anything. He doesn't have to give any names. He's just talking in generalities, really. From Niner for Life, Winston is a baller. Yeah, I'm giving him a baller award, man. He ain't rat out his people at the grocery store. They needed that little job. From Keen 941, I don't feel good about Winston. listen, I'm not mad at you if you're skeptical and you feel uneasy / queasy about Jameis Winston. I get it. I just think you can't pass up on the opportunity at a franchise-changing quarterback. And I think you also have to give a lot of weight and credence to the fact that this is a young guy that's made a lot of mistakes and that he's going to grow up. I don't. Once again, he's done nothing really malicious. He hasn't, outside of the accusation of rape, which, no charges were even filed. He denies it was rape. He says it was consensual sex. I understand that, and that's, where there's smoke, there's fire a lot of times. But in this particular case, I really don't think there's much of a fire in that whole rape trial stuff or accusations. What else has he done? He's a young college kid, immature, that's probably been coddled and pampered his entire life. He jumped on a table and yelled out, "F him in the vagina." And then he stole some crab legs. He didn't really even steal them. Technically, he did steal them, but he didn't technically steal them because he got the hookup. And yes, I may be making excuses for the young man, but I don't think you can pass up on that skill set and on that ability. And based on his resume and what he's done in high school and college, the guy can play the quarterback position. You can't pass it up. If you're Tampa Bay, you just can't pass it up. I understand you, Keen 941, being kind of uneasy about this guy. And it might blow up in their face. Just like any pick might blow up in said team's face. You really don't have a choice. Just like the Texans didn't really have a choice, and they had to take Jadeveon Clowney, you really don't have a choice in my mind. If you look at all the variables, if you look at the equation, they got to get a quarterback. You have to have a quarterback to win in the NFL. And based on his resume, the guy to take is Jameis Winston. When we get back from the break, man, I'm going to talk about Barry Bonds, get more of your chat, continue to talk about everything we've talked about today, and I'll give you number 3 on my list, or number 2 on my list. I've already given you number 3. Number 2 on my list of coolest TV characters of all times. Yes, don't go away. This is The Doug Stewart Show. First of all, thank you for listening to The Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on The Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
The best of The Doug Stewart Show.
Now, 2 things, and you're listening to The Doug Stewart Show. First of all, you're going to have us to believe, Shayana Jenkins, you're going to have us to believe that you, a black woman, didn't look inside of this damn box. That's a lie. And then the second big part of this whole thing is you, Come on, Tree. Come on, Tree. What black woman you know in America is going to be told to do something nefarious sounding like that and not take a peek inside the damn box?
You better stop.
You stop. And the second thing Shayana's going to have us to believe is that you took this box that you didn't look in, and you being a black woman, you took this box and don't know where you dumped it at? You discarded this secret box and don't know where? Come on, man. And another thing about black women, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and I'm an expert on black women. All of the black women I know, and I've had this conversation about, about this Aaron Hernandez trial, and what do you think that his girlfriend's going to do when she testifies, this, that, and the other. Everybody that I talk to, and I kind of get the feeling from talking to black women that they ain't trying to do no time for nobody. Yes.
Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern. The Doug Stewart Show. Sports talk, straight, no chaser.
This your boy Doug Stewart for my folks at System 5 Electronics. They're proud to offer my listeners here in the Metro Atlanta area all the way down to Macon, Georgia, the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for that busy lifestyle you lead for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's some of the reasons why you should choose System 5.
Hi, I'm Maceo Brown, President and CEO of System 5 Electronics. We take pride in making sure that security is the number one thing that we do. And thanks to you, the customer that has supported us, we have grown this company in Southwest Atlanta, where we're creating jobs and opportunities.
Not only is their monitoring station here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this, you own the security alarm system once it's installed. And you get direct access to the owner if you ever got a problem, Mr. Maceo Brown. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736, or online at System5electronicsinc.com. That's System5electronicsinc.com. Hey, yo! Shouts out to all of the Stewies in the chat room. You are listening to the Doug Stewart Show, man. The realest, realest sports talk show in America. Unfiltered. Unfiltered talk, man. Reading your chat, talking about all the top sports stories. All of the things that are cool. Also, the top 5 coolest, speaking of cool, top 5 coolest TV characters of all times in honor of the great $6 Million Man. Lee Majors turning 76 years old today, having some fun with that as well. Once again, the number is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. So, Tree, have you found that information about this dog that the $6 Million lady or the $6 Million woman had? Did you find that information?
Yes. So the dog was Maximilian. And, I mean, if you're going to be bionic and have bionic powers, don't you need, and they adopted the dog, by the way.
Okay, so they adopted the dog. Did the dog have bionic powers?
Absolutely. You better believe it. Okay. The dog had bionic legs, so it could run at 90 miles per hour.
Why'd you say it like that?
Because that's just...
You put emphasis on it, huh?
Yeah, and if you've got bionic powers, you ain't gonna get no dog that's just sorry, a Chihuahua,
right? The
Taco Bell dog.
I mean, it makes absolute sense. I get exactly what you're saying.
Did they work? Were they like investigators or?
I'm not sure about the bionic woman, but I know the $6 Million Man. He was some type of investigator. I think he was some type of federal investigator because he was with the government. Obviously, he was in the military. I don't remember all the details. Hell, I was 6 or 7 at the time.
Yeah, you get you a bionic dog. If you got bionic powers, you better come correct.
Yeah.
Steve Austin, astronaut. A man barely alive. Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. We have the capability to make the world's first bionic man. Steve Austin will be that man. Better than he was before. Better, stronger, faster.
Yes! Better, stronger, faster. And that was during the era, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, that was during the era, and I guess it's still an era for kids. I guess I just feel like everything cool happened when I was a kid. I'm sure they still have action figures. I'm still sure action figures are still a big deal. But yeah, man, action figures. If you had that $6 million action figure, if you had that G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip action figure, or if you had a Superman or something like that, man, you were cool as hell on the playground. And you always snuck it in your book bag to school. And you took it out when nobody was looking, when no teacher was looking, and you pulled it out of your bag and showed your friends, look, I've got the $6 million action figure. Ooh, man, you're the coolest kid in the world, Dougie. You're the coolest kid in the world. And then some kid stole it out my book bag in third period. 404-382-0338. What are your thoughts on the Gre Hardy story? Your thoughts on Jameis Winston? And I'm going to read more of your chat. I am going to talk about two things I got to hit before I leave here today. I'm going to talk about the Barry Bonds story, the news that just came out. I'm also going to talk about the latest mock draft from the Puppet Factory that's coming out. There's a guy that snuck into the top 10 that was so far down just probably yesterday before this latest mock draft would come out, and I'm happy to hear about it. So I'm definitely going to talk about those two things. You know about Scott Brooks. He's been fired from the Oklahoma City Thunder. It was time. I mean, he's probably taken them as far as he can go, and this kind of reminds me of a lot of situations we see in the NBA where one coach is good, but you got to try to find somebody to take you to the next level. You remember that famously happened with the Chicago Bulls. They had Collins, and they always went to the playoffs. They couldn't get past the Pistons. And then they bring in Phil Jackson, and the rest, as they say, is history. Same thing with OKC. I'm not mad at them. Word on the street is that Billy Donovan might be a prominent name that comes up because he has a great relationship with Sam Presti, the GM there. Even Kevin Ollie that played for the OKC Thunder, now the head coach of the Connecticut Huskies in college. So we'll see what happens. What about Mark Jackson? Maybe Mark Jackson gets another shot. Is Mark Jackson a guy that Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, if he's still there, will respect? Will they? He put a more of a importance on defense. Maybe that's the thing that takes that team to the next level. We'll see. But yeah, Scott Brooks is out at OKC, and we'll see who's in coming up. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. From Niner for Life, Winston is a baller. From Thorny Switch, Jerry not pissed. He knows Hardy will win the appeal. 4 to 6 game suspension should be it. And yeah, I agree with you. I think that they aren't that mad. I mentioned earlier how Dallas and Jerry Jones is mad because they gave Gre Hardy 10 games. That's not going to stick. I really don't believe that's going to stick. If you looked at precedents from the past, that probably is not going to stick. From Kaza, he says, why would Jameis Winston bring them damn crab legs back up? I'm sure he's right. It was the hookup, but let it go. Just go away. No. You don't know the backstory on this. He's doing this, pre-draft type thing that ESPN put together, kind of like the Gruden camp. And he's doing this thing with Jim Harbaugh and another coach. And in filming this thing, Jim Harbaugh and his coach bring up the crab leg thing. And they said, they asked him, what was the deal with that? Give us your interpretation of what happened. And that's where Jameis Winston brings this up. He didn't bring it up on his own. He just wasn't walking down the street, and a reporter walked up to him and says, Jameis, how you doing? He started talking about the crab leg thing. No, he was asked this question in this forum of this TV show. And so that's why it comes up again. From Grego, Harrison, Scandal, number 5. Number 4, The Fresh Prince. Number 3, Claire Huxtable. Number 2, Mr. Cooper, hanging with. Number 1, Ari Gold from Entourage. That's his list. Miss Mocha Bella. Ooh, let me see Miss Mocha Bella's list. Shouts out to you, Mocha Bella. I'm looking at it. And how did I know this was going to be this? My top 5 female characters from TV. Bless your heart. Number 5, Flo from Alice. Number 4, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman almost made my damn list of coolest characters on TV, but she didn't. I got her an honorable mention. Number 3, Tootie from Facts of Life. Number 2, Charlie's Angels, the whole damn group. And number 1, Sandra, Jackie Harry from 227. Oh, that's cute. Bless your heart, Mocha Bella. Bless your heart. Sandra. I like Sandra, too. She was cool. She ain't cool enough to make my damn list, though. But I get it. Giving love to the women. Maybe I'll do another list on another day, top 5 coolest TV characters of all time that are women. Just so y'all be happy. Uncle Mike, remember when Ving Rhames played Kojak? Show lasted about 2 episodes. I do remember that. And I never saw 1 episode. Yeah, so it got canceled early, huh? That seems like it's a good idea, though. You know, they're always trying to bring back characters and make them black because we're more politically correct, and I'm all in favor of that. There's a lot of talk about making James Bond into a black character. Idris Elba has talked about getting that role. It seems like Ving Rhames playing Kojak would be a good idea. What happened with that? Damn. Love Ving Rhames. Absolutely love Ving Rhames. All right, when we get back from the break, we're going to talk that Bond story. More of your chat. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. System 5 Electronics is proud to offer my listeners in the Atlanta area the most affordable home security monitoring systems, featuring smart solutions for your busy lifestyle for as low as $16.50 per month. Here's just a few reasons to choose System 5. Not only is their monitoring station located here in Atlanta, but they also install the most advanced, up-to-date alarm systems where you can access cameras, lights, door locks, thermostats, and other devices remotely with your smartphone. 24/7 technical support, plus the lowest service call fees in the business. And check this, you own your security alarm system once it's installed. Not only have they been around for almost 25 years, but their customer service is excellent. And you get direct access to the owner, Mr. Maceo Brown, to resolve any issues with your alarm system. Click on the banner on the Doug Stewart Show website or app for more details, or give them a call at 404-756-0736. Again, that's 404-756-0736. And make sure and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Yes. This is your boy Doug Stewart, one half of the Two Live Stews. Check out my brand new daily show and podcast that airs live Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Spreaker.com. That's the Doug Stewart Show daily at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, live on Spreaker.com. Or check out the podcast anytime, 24/7. If you're not stewing, what in the world are you doing? This is your folk, Doug Stewart. Want to protect you and your family from life's unexpected mishaps? Then join 7. Join 7 is a prepaid legal company under the umbrella of the Protection Group. Join 7 is the only group benefit or motor club in the U.S. that offers auto reimbursement coverage, key replacement coverage, roadside assistance, gives you a current Medifile, prescription savings, and fully encompassed prepaid legal benefits that include identity theft. They got your back. The average combined cost to purchase these benefits individually is over $850 a year. Join today and take advantage of all 7 for $17 a month. They've been around for over 20 years, so check them out by clicking on the banner link on my page, thedougstewartshow.com, or the app. Just go ahead and join 7. Throwback Thursday in the doghouse. The Doug Stewart Show, a.k.a. TDSS. Thank you for joining your boy. Talking about the top 5 coolest TV characters of all times that are men, mostly not from sitcoms. That's what we're talking about today. And number 5 on my list is Captain Kirk. Number 4 is Magnum P.I. Number 3 is a $6 Million Man. And I'll give you number 2 here in a second. At some point, I'll probably do a list, same category, same top 5, but we'll do it just for women. We do have some ladies that listen to the show, and Doug Stewart loves the ladies. He does. So we may do something like that down the road. And we've also been talking about Jameis Winston. What are your thoughts about this latest news? Something that most people knew. Most people with any, I guess the best way to put it is street sense about themselves, knew that it was a hookup gone bad. He's actually come out and said that with the whole crab leg thing. Their thoughts on Gre Hardy being suspended for 10 games. this coming season, Dallas Cowboy defensive end. Anything that we've talked about today, playoffs, obviously, basketball. Clippers go down last night to the San Antonio Spurs. I tried to help y'all make a couple of dollars. I did, and you didn't listen. I'm thinking that a lot of you didn't listen. I told you to put the house on the San Antonio Spurs based on the scenario and the statistics based on the position that they were in, and you didn't do it. I know you didn't do it, and you lost out. You could have, doubled your wealth. You could have doubled everything by putting a couple of shillings on the San Antonio Spurs. But also, have you heard this story? Barry Bonds has been cleared legally after 11 and a half years in court. His reputation remains tainted, though, in the minds of baseball fans. Yeah, a federal court of appeals threw out the career home run leader's obstruction of justice conviction Wednesday, ruling 10-1 that his meandering answer before a grand jury in 2003. This is crazy. This is crazy that all of the money and the time has been spent on a sports thing. Our government and lawyers and judges are dealing with somebody that willingly or not, put into their body. The whole thing is just ridiculous. We're talking about something that Barry Bonds said back in 2003. And in effect, let me give you the backdrop to the story on why he was found guilty of obstruction of justice. A question was answered to him by the government or by baseball. I'm not exactly sure. And it's all convoluted at this point. They asked him a question about this case and about performance-enhancing drugs and, his knowledge of using them or this, that, and the other. And Barry Bonds, in effect, he kind of just ignored the question and answered a question about something else. I think he ultimately answered the question, but so what? All right? He didn't give them the answer they wanted to hear, in effect. That's what it all comes down to. He didn't give the court, or he didn't give the prosecution, who I think in this case was baseball, he didn't give them the answer to the question that they asked. And so he got convicted of this, of obstruction of justice, which is so ridiculous that we go to this level with this case. And now, many, many years later, what are we talking about? 12 years later, he actually has all of this absolved. So congratulations to Barry Bonds. And you stupid asses out there in baseball. Okay, did the man use performance-enhancing drugs? Who cares? Who gives a rat's ass? Who cares? This is so silly. Okay, the man didn't give you the answer you want, so you go to court and you paying lawyers and you got judges overseeing these trials all for this foolishness. And clearly, baseball fans, sports fans really don't care. The only people that care are the writers and these baseball purists who are, for the most part, lame as hell. I'm going to say it. And did you see this little thing that Chris Rock did? And wow, I maybe I should play the whole thing. Chris Rock, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, Chris Rock did like a 6 or 7 minute little piece where he talked about the problems with baseball and all the things that you would think are the problems of baseball, and the fact that it's lame, it's slow, and they don't want to move up to the 21st century, and they still trying to act like it's 1940, and all the other sports have passed them by because they're more interactive and they're cooler, And Chris Rock, one of the main points that he said, that baseball is just lily white. It is. Nothing wrong with you, Lily White. I got a lot of friends that are Lily White and that are cool. But baseball as a whole, Chris Rock talked about in this little piece, is just lame and it's just white. Okay? You need to try to somehow interfuse or interject some coolness to it, some hipness to it. And let's be honest, black people control the hipness meter in this country and really in this world. So somehow, you got to make it cooler for the masses, and in particular, black people. That's what the whole point of this whole piece that Chris Rock did for the Brian Gumbo Show, Real Sports. And you can find it online. Maybe I'll find it and I'll play it for the show. But baseball they just need to stop. They just need to stop trying to slander this dude. They got nothing. All of this stuff, and I just read, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, all of this stuff goes all the way back to 2003. in and out of courtrooms and trials. In 2003 till now, there is not one thing that has ever stuck on Barry Bonds where it concerns performance-enhancing drugs. Now with this being tossed out, nothing. They got nothing on this ninja. Nothing. Just let it go, man. Just let it go. Just let it go. You should be ashamed of yourself, baseball. Get with the times. Stop being so lame. Let the stuff go about steroids and performance-enhancing drugs from 10, 15 years ago. It's a wrap. We know everybody was pretty much on the juice at one point or another. We know it. All right? You can't prove it now. Leave these men alone. Leave these dudes alone. Leave Barry Bonds alone. Leave Sammy Sosa alone. Leave Mark McGwire alone. Leave them all alone. Just stop it. This is silly. Federal courts. Supreme Courts. They're even talking about now appealing this ruling and taking it to the Supreme Court. For what? To prove that the guy stuck himself in the ass with some drugs? Oh, Lord. Oh, my blood pressure. My wife emailing me right now. I think I just went on a rant. I think I just went on a rant. 404-382-0338. And I swear to you that I wasn't planned. But it just really pisses me off, man, where you got your guy that you're going to try to get. Till the end of time, you're going to get this guy. You're going to do whatever you can to humiliate this guy. Okay? Did Barry Bonds do wrong technically? Technically, I guess he did in the minds of some people. But technically, he didn't because it wasn't in the rules of baseball. So who cares? Bottom line is, who cares? Stop it. Stop it. You're dragging this man in and out of court about some BS. And I swear I wanted to say the real word just now. About some BS from 10, 15 years ago. The man's been retired for 4 or 5 years. Who cares? Just stop it. Just stop it. Ooh. Oh, let me read some of this chat. You're listening to The Doug Stewart Show. Calm down, Ninja. Calm down. Calm down. And judges looked at that case and like, wait a minute. So he didn't answer your question in a timely manner in which you thought? You didn't like his answer? Huh? So he's guilty of obstruction of justice? This is ridiculous. Overturned. Overturned. They are so pissed off right now in Major League Baseball's front offices. They are so pissed off right now, and these baseball geeks around here. Oh, quick. From Eugene Jackson, Doug, Brittany Griner was just arrested on assault charges with intent to injure. Ooh, I'm pretty sure she whooped her girlfriend's ass. I haven't even seen the story yet, but I'm going to guess she whooped some chick's ass. From KC, Brittany Griner better be glad she's not in the NFL. She'd be suspended for 6 games. I got to find out the story. Evidently, this is just breaking. Red Lane Kirk, fake-ass Roger Goodell. If I'm Jerry Jones, I'm pissed. Goodell changing the rules on certain teams, but we are still waiting on the verdict for the buddy Robert Kraft from Inflategate. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Harvey Scott, King Goodell, this mother don't give about punishing these ninjas twice for the same offense. KC, the NCAA can still come after FSU's football program. Jameis just needs to stick to his story. It's too late for that. He's already come out and said that he was given these things. Well, Florida State's not responsible for that. Harvey Scott, Doug, can somebody please tell Winston to shut the hell up? Detroit, Matt, I've been around this beautiful country of ours, and there's still nothing like Detroit. Much love to your city. Once again, nobody's disrespecting your city, Detroit, Matt. Brilliant move by Jameis by not jeopardizing his college eligibility and admitting that he got the hookup. He didn't win the Heisman in the particular year that he got the hookup. He didn't win the Heisman, okay? That was the year after. So he's not even in jeopardy of them coming back and taking the Heisman. But just like Reggie Bush and what happened with him and his Heisman Trophy, if they come take Jameis Winston's Heisman Trophy, you think he's going to care, really? I mean, he's going to care, but he's not going to care that much. I mean, hell, he's going to be rich. He's going to be rich. It's a wrap. It's a RAP from Kaza Kaza. I'm sure the Fonz won't be number one, so how about James on Good Times? No, he's actually, James from Good Times, not going to be number one. Coming in at number 2 on my list of coolest characters on TV in the history of TV is the great Mr. T. Yes, from the A-Team. I pity the fool. B.A. Baracus comes in at number 2 on my list. Number 1 coming up. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. The wait is finally over. Baseball season is here at last, and the excitement continues all season long at DraftKings.com, the official daily fantasy partner of Major League Baseball. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments, just instant cash, instant gratification. Why wait until the end of the season to claim victory when you can win huge cash every day? At DraftKings, it's like a brand new season every time you play. Just select 2 pitchers and 8 position players, stay under the salary cap, and you could be on your way to an enormous payday. Last year, Peter from Colorado won $1 million at DraftKings in one day, just playing fantasy baseball. Hundreds of thousands of fantasy sports fans just like you have already cashed in at DraftKings. Now it's your turn. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code SPREAKER to play for free. You could win part of $300 million in prizes being awarded this season. Use promo code SPREAKER for free entry now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
And we getting a lot of chat because Tree made a comment and used the term have sex raw. And just like you cavemen dudes that listen to this show, y'all eating that up.
If you're going to say it right. It's ride raw.
Ooh. Okay, see that, Tree? You can't do that. William Mack, I'm torn on whether or not to nominate Dwight Howard for garnishing his baby mama's bank account for violating a gag order. She was wrong for mentioning his name on that bootleg show, but come on, man. That's the mother of your child? Yeah, and I read the story, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. And it does seem very petty. Dwight's got $1 gazillion, and this chick clearly is just trying to keep her name relevant so that she can continue to get roles on reality shows.
I mean, we talked about this before, and you all jumped on the woman when she ain't trying to work. She's trying to work. Okay?
But she broke the rule. She broke the agreement, Tree. She can get a job. I mean, I guess it'd be less. It'd be harder for her to get a job if she doesn't intermingle Dwight Howard conversation into the talk.
What kind of job can she get that's going to accommodate the lifestyle that he created for her?
Oh, here you go.
Hey, welcome to Chick-fil-A.
What Chick-fil-A it is then? She not attached to dude anymore.
She is forever attached to dude because she rode raw.
Okay, now you really just playing with the people in the chat room and the listeners' emotions. Okay, you know they just pervs like that and they like to hear you talk dirty. You didn't have to go there again 3 times a day on the show.
Yes, you once, twice, 3 times a lady.
Sports Talk. Straight, no chaser.
What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers in compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam. In a constant battle against weak-ass sports talk, you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you for joining me. Throwback Thursday. Now my pressure up a little bit. I got to lay down somewhere after the show. I just had a little rant about this Barry Bonds stuff. The good for baseball. Like my grandmother used to say, the good. The good. That's Geechee. That's low country for good for them. the good for baseball and this BS about Barry Bonds. Quickly, man, the Puppet Factory, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, the Puppet Factory have come up with their latest mock draft. I think it's that guy, Todd McShay. Let me just quickly run down the top 10. Number 10, he has Kevin White going to the Rams. Number 9, Brandon Shreve going to the Giants. Offensive tackle, Randy Gregory, now going to the Atlanta Falcons. The last one I think they had Vic Beasley from Clemson going to Atlanta. I think it's clear that the Falcons are going to take some type of rush outside linebacker / defensive end at number 8. So they got them taking Randy Gregory now from Nebraska, the guy that got into the trouble with the weed. I don't think that's going to happen, first of all, but we'll see because Arthur Blank, and the organization is so stiff on, character guys. Number 7, Leonard Williams, offensive tackle from USC going to the Bears. And here's the interesting new name, man. Todd Gurley. That's right, the running back from the Georgia Bulldogs. At number 6 to the Jets. And so Gurley, get the damn name out, Dougie. Gurley has been cleared from the medical standpoint, so he's good to go. So I seen many these lists have him late first round, top of the second round. But just a phenomenal running back, man. And if he's healthy, maybe not he's 100% healthy this year, but if he's 100% healthy next year, that's what you want. Now, in this day and time of how these teams in the league views running backs, this would be an anomaly, but still, Todd Gurley is a beast. Bona fide. There's been a lot of good running backs that come through Georgia, and I never thought that they would be like dynamic or you'd hold them in the same regard that you did Herschel Walker. But Todd Gurley is truly right behind Herschel Walker. Okay? And I'm a darn aficionado in critiquing running backs in my belief. And I think Todd Gurley, man, is just phenomenal. Size, speed, got a little bit of shake about himself. Love that kid's game. So they're saying he can go up in the first round now. Very, very high is early right now. We still got a week or so away to number 6 to the New York Jets. Number 5, Shane Ray. Number 4, Amari Cooper. Number 3, Dante Fowler, defensive end from Florida. And number 2, Marcus Mariota. Everybody's thinking there's going to be some type of trade up. Marcus Mariota to the Tennessee Titans. And number 1 still, they have Jameis Winston. So the NFL draft is the weekend of May 2nd as well. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. So it's going to be a fantastic weekend. Once again, you got the draft. You got the Kentucky Derby. And then you've also got that fight, Pacquiao-Mayweather. Ooh, that's going to be fantastic. If your wife got you scheduled to do some girly type thing, you better get that straight right now. All right, this is a public service announcement, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. If your old lady is planning something right now that you forgot about that's on the schedule, y'all going out to shop for furniture, something silly like that, or y'all going to somebody's wedding or something crazy on that weekend, you need to handle your business right now, player. Do it now. You got to get out ahead of this thing. If you wait until the last minute, if you wait till Thursday or Friday of that weekend, you're going to be what they call ass out. All right? You're going to be ass out. You're going to have to go through it. You're going to have to do what the old lady says. So I'm telling you right now, look on your schedule. All right? I'm giving you a heads up. May 2nd might be one of the biggest sports weekends in the history of the world. So you need to handle your business. Simple as that. Top 5 coolest TV characters of all time, and I'm going to read more of your chat here in a second. Number 5 on my list was the great Captain Kirk. Number 4 was Magnum P.I., and the guy had a Ferrari, for God's sakes. Number 3, $6 Million Man. Seems like everybody got a Ferrari now. Like all of the cool people. Like you never saw Ferraris back during the time when Magnum P.I. was out. Everybody just didn't have a Ferrari all willy-nilly. That was a big thing. Number 3 was $6 Million Man. Number 2 was Mr. T, and you knew what it is. You know exactly what it is, man. Number 1 coolest character in TV history is the Fonz. Hey. And I'm holding 2 thumbs up. Hey. Yeah, the only guy on my list that was in a quote-unquote sitcom, I mean, the Fonz was just the illest. And if you're young, illest actually is a good thing. I mean, Arthur Fonzarelli was just the coolest. He was a pimp. He was a pimp, before it was cool to be a pimp on TV. Yeah, it's hard to explain if you're young, if you're a greenhorn. From Fred Mack in the chat room, that bionic sound, though, the $6 million man. Kaza, will they be hooking us up with crab legs at the tavern? That's funny. DB12, yeah, they do sell crab legs at the tavern, though, but we ain't giving you no damn crab legs. We ain't Florida State fans. From DB12, no one in mainstream media has the guts to say what they really want to say, which is despite not being charged in the sexual assault case, they think he did it. Not are they willing to face the backlash that would instantly come if someone said they think he's innocent. The media will continue to find other reasons why he shouldn't be the top pick. And you know what, man? And really based on a lot of things in particular that have happened over the last year in dealing with the NFL, man, we've truly come to a point in this society where the court of public opinion is probably greater than the truth, and that's sad. That's a sad commentary on our society. It truly is, man, because this stuff about Jameis Winston and the rape, and you've had a couple other situations where accusations have been levied. They're not going to be forgotten. Even though, in effect, they've been proven not true, they're not going to be forgotten. And the court of public opinion about Jameis Winston as a whole is just negative, and it's always going to be tied to those allegations. Even though the court said, no, there's nothing really here, we think she gave him that Nutsi on purpose. He didn't take it. People aren't going to talk about that, except for the Doug Stewart Show. The Doug Stewart Show is going to talk about it. The Doug Stewart Show is going to keep it real. We're going to give you the other side of the story. From Keen 941, Mocha, you my kind of chick, runs back under the rug. Vince Wright, the big smooth, cute Mocha. Mocha gave me her list for women, top 5 women on TV. Nina for life. You don't have to do a woman's list, Doug. Nino the Rhino. Tootsie's Tatas, probably dragging the ground around. No, she had that breast surgery. She got them cut off, which I don't like that at all. I mean, keep your tatas. They're yours. The good Lord gave me them tatas. Why would you? Okay. Lamont Hart. Why Jim Harbaugh act like he didn't know what he was? It was the hookup. He's gotten hookup before. He probably got the damn khakis he's always wearing by the hookup. Yeah. Jim Harbaugh played college football. And here's the thing about a hookup. If you get offered the hookup, your morality might say, man, this is technically stealing. I'm not going to do it. Who declines the hookup? Yeah. The people that are coming down hard and talking about Jameis Winston stole something, they probably never got the hookup in their life. They're probably some lame Larrys. How dare he walk out with crab legs? Because it was the hookup. Yeah. It's like the fart game. Like Eddie Murphy said, it's like the fart game. You'll do it one day. It's the hookup game. Keen 941, great list, Mocha. Sluggo. TDSS should get a tent and broadcast live from Flowery Branch during training camp. That'll never happen. They probably will shoot me on sight. They see me going to Flowery Branch trying to set up. Lamont Hart, I disagree with you, Doug, on Winston not snitching. All Publix needs to do is go back to the day he was arrested and see who was working in the crab leg department. I don't know. I don't know the logistics of that. Do they look back at somebody in that department, or do they go back and look at? And listen, let's be honest about this. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. The hierarchy at Publix probably knows exactly what happened and who the person was that hooked Jameis Winston up. What it was the hookup was occurring, and some lame Larry that wasn't part of the hookup, of said hookup, saw Jameis Winston leaving. Once again, they weren't part of the whole deal. And then they alerted authorities or whoever. That's exactly what happened. So Publix knows exactly who gave him the damn crab legs and told him to walk out. They already know that. So that's not a big story. Fred Mack, okay, $6 million man gets into a fight with RoboCop. Who wins? Ooh. RoboCop got a big-ass gun, though. $6 million man was all hand-to-hand. He did it old-school style. And RoboCop got big-ass guns, man. He's got cannon artillery in his arms. He can run fast. He can do everything a $6 million man do, but he got really nasty weapons. So I'm going to go with RoboCop. Kicking it with Kissy. I always mispronounce that. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Does anybody remember when they had those big G.I. Joes? Then it switched to the smaller ones right after. They were tall like Barbie and Ken dolls. I do remember that, sir. I do remember that. Yes, I do. Yes, sir. Vince Wright. Steve Austin fought Bigfoot twice. That was a great show as a kid. Yeah. Who else fights Bigfoot and lives to tell about it? Nobody. Except for the $6 million man. Yes, sir! Shouts out to all of the Stewies in the chat room for making this show totally interactive, man. Tomorrow is a football Friday, a free-for-all Friday, so make sure you tune in tomorrow. We'll do the same damn thing, same damn time at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on the Doug Stewart Show. Shouts out to your tree. Great job today. Waterhead Walter. Dwayne Bassan, Gerald Oliveri, thank you guys for making this show possible. And to all of the Stewies, thank you. Thank you. I nub new. Pass the word. Tell one person. Really, truly, tell one person. We'll do it again tomorrow. Same Doug Stewart time, same Doug Stewart channel. Peace.